What's going on YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. Now before we jump into today's video, man, you should have know what you should have been did, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. We trying to save the world. Trying to save as many people as we can. So make sure you hit that post notification bell so you don't miss whenever I upload another video. Now look, for those of y'all that haven't seen my video on your favorite rapper is deceiving you, make sure you go check that video out before you watch this one, because that video, I literally went off. Alright, and this video is not gonna make sense if you don't watch that video, so make sure I'll go check that video out. But today we have the truth is the record labels that are pushing drill music, and this should be interesting, man. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's see what he got to say.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the record labels that are profiting from the destruction of urban communities. Let's get right into it. A couple days back, I released a video named Drill Music is Destroying New York City. And in that video, I spoke about the current devastating situation New York City is going through with the effects of drill music. Just like in Chicago, New York City is seeing a rise in shootings that are being done by teenagers fueled by the lyrics of drill songs. Many young teens are losing their lives being claimed by the drill music movement, all to be later used in the lyrics of a drill song. The Bronx, where I was born and raised, has been one of the worst hit boroughs by drill music when it comes to the loss of young lives. There are three main gangs that are causing much of the problems in the Bronx when it comes to the drill music rap scene. These three gangs, Southside, OG, and YGs, have been beefing publicly through drill songs for some time now. All three of these gangs have upcoming rappers who are growing a strong buzz in the music industry. The Southside gang has the Bronx drill rapper K-Flock. The OGs has Bronx drill rapper B-Love. And the YGs has Bronx rapper D-Thang. The beef is mainly between the YGs versus the OGs in Southside. There has been over 14 victims.
Crazy, I didn't even know who any of these people were, bro.
that have lost their lives, all either teens or young adults. All 14 of these victims were associated with one of these gangs in one way or another. K-Flock and B-Love, who are the most popular rappers in these beefs, are close friends and have been beefing with D-Thang, which is K-Flock's own cousin, through their music videos and rhymes, with bodies dropping on both sides.
How you beefing with your own cousin, bro? What? And you gonna make a diss song about your whole cousin?
There has been victims as young as 13 years old that were claimed by this drill music beef. These kids never stood a chance, as they have been manipulated and conditioned by drill music culture to act out in this way. K-Flock and D-Thang are both in custody as we speak for their alleged parts in several different crimes. K-Flock, B-Love, and D-Thang are three of the biggest upcoming rappers out of the Bronx right now. K-Flock and D-Thang are facing serious criminal charges, while each artist is gaining millions of streams and views on a daily basis. These three guys have a direct hand in fueling the destruction caused by drill music in the Bronx. Now you may be asking yourself, what does any of this have to do with the title of this video? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how. We all know that record labels in the music industry usually have a part in everything that goes mainstream in music.
And this is what I was talking about in my video. These record labels have the upper hand. They're the ones that have the say-so on whether or not you can release a music or one of your songs. So the fact that they're condoning these type of drill music, that says a lot about the record label itself. So
see, drill music was popularized back in the early 2010s when Chicago drill rap star Chief Keef would blow up after dropping his hit I Don't Like, a drill song that was made by Chief Keef that contained disses to his ops and their fallen brothers. The song was a massive hit and became even bigger once the record labels got a hand of it. Quickly, Chief Keef was signed to Interscope Records, which is under UMG, Universal Music Group. Make sure you remember that name, as we'll be talking a lot more about UMG in this video. As Chief Keef would rise in fame, so would the drill music movement, and pushing this drill music.
Now look where Chief Keef is at now. In the hills, chilling. While you got people out here killing, shooting up their ops, right?
movement was no other than Interscope Records and UMG. Not only did UMG have a hand in Chief Keef's career, but they also had a hand on fellow Chicago drill artist Little Dirt, who originally signed to Def Jam Records, another company that was owned by UMG. G Herbo, another drill music artist from Chicago, was also signed to Republic Records, which is again owned by Universal Music Group. Little Reese, another drill artist, was also signed to Def Jam, which we already know is under UMG as well. Clearly, we can see that UMG had an interest in funding the rise of drill music, as they approved some of the smaller labels to sign and push some of the early big names of drill music. Now, in New York City, we are seeing the same thing happen once again. In New York City, the biggest drill rapper so far has been the late Pop Smoke, who passed away in 2020. Pop Smoke, once again, was bringing the drill music scene to the mainstream. Pop Smoke was, you guessed it, signed to Republic Records, and as we already know, Republic is owned by UMG. Now, with this current drill music problem we're seeing in New York City, we once again see a pattern, as K-Flock, the biggest Bronx drill rapper, is signed to no other than Capitol Records, which is owned by UMG. UMG signed K-Flock after knowing that he and his crew were associated with multiple bodies throughout New York City. And UMG isn't the only major label with an interest in drill music. We can see the same with Sony Records, which, just like UMG, has been signing Chicago drill artists like Little Bibby and FBG Duck. And we can see Sony doing the same as UMG with New York City drill rap, as they're responsible for signing drill artists like Bobby Schmurder, Chef G, Sleepy Hollow, Fabio Foreign, and B Love. All these artists are a part of one record label or another that is under UMG Records. In my opinion, two of the three major record labels, Sony and UMG, are in every way responsible for the lives lost due to
these record labels are demonic, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Straight demonic.
drill music movement. They knowingly chose to fund and market deaf music to urban communities to further push their agenda while making hundreds of millions of dollars. When Pop Smoke passed away at the early age of 20, before he even saw his 21st birthday, the record labels made tens of millions off his music, even put together an entire album to try and squeeze as much money off his passing. There is another reason why the record labels love drill.
And that's another thing too, like when an artist passes away, the record label are gonna release their unreleased songs. And I guarantee you they're profiting way more than his family is profiting off of his songs. And that's crazy, bro. Like, these record labels do not care, man. This is why I told y'all in that video. That
Music, as it's killing two birds with one stone. They're using these artists to promote death to their own fans, while the artists are making the labels hundreds of millions of dollars. The label profits from teens taking other teens' lives.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude, man.
It was hundreds of millions of dollars. The label
If y'all know who this is, man, comment it down below. I forgot his name, bro.
profits from teens taking other teens' lives, while the world puts all the blame on the artist, not even pointing any of the blame towards those who are funding it. The record labels are really the ones responsible.
You got younger kids trying to be down, bro. Kids that's not even 15 yet trying to be down, throwing up gang signs, bro.
For all the destruction drill music is causing. Most of these drill artists are still kids in their teens who would do anything to fit in. We all know teens make mistakes, especially when they're around other teens who are encouraging them. This is exactly what the label is taking advantage of. They are encouraging all this destruction by signing artists that they know are causing all of it for their attention. K-Flock is only 18 years old, and he is facing serious criminal charges that can take a lot of time away from his life. In my opinion, the record label that signed K-Flock could care less that this has happened to him, as they most likely were already expecting something to happen to him when they signed him. In my opinion, it doesn't appear that Capitol Records and UMG try to change K-Flock's lifestyle after signing him. It appears to me that they were hoping K-Flock would just continue on his path of destruction, so they may continue to profit from it. The more that K-Flock does, the more his buzz will grow, the more money the label is making. K-Flock getting arrested only put more attention to his music, blowing it up even more. Music that is now owned by UMG. Music that is promoting death to urban communities. If K-Flock were to lose his life like Pop Smoke did, UMG would just release his unreleased music and profit millions off his passing. I have already said time and time again that something must be done about this drill music problem. More and more kids are being tricked out of their lives so that rich people can keep on getting richer.
It
Children as
make
young as
no
13
sense,
have been
bro.
sacrificed to this demon named drill music. These kids are going out in the streets trying to build a name for themselves, hoping to be the next K Flock or D-Thing. These kids in the Bronx are being tricked into destroying each other's lives for the financial gain of these record labels. These record label execs go home to their luxurious mansions that they have bought through the destruction that drill music has caused, while the kids who are living the drill music lifestyle that are affected by this destruction
Are dropping like flies. That's what is going on, man.
are dropping like flies and never
I,
returning back to their mothers.
bro,
You may think to yourself that there's nothing we can do to stop this from happening. This is not
let me
true.
stop
We are the
talking, bro.
consumers of the music, and we're the ones that stream the music and watch the music videos. We're the ones that support these artists' music and push them to become superstars. The labels wouldn't be able to make money off drill music if we, the audience, wasn't supporting it. If nothing is done about this, more and more lives will be destroyed as a direct result of drill music. If you're like me from an urban community, then you know that we already have no resources to help the youth get out of these environments. Our people are being targeted and are being manipulated into throwing away their lives. We must stop supporting death music to our people. Well, that's it for this video.
So that was the end of the video, man. Listen, bros. A lot of people who listen to these songs, they're already gone, bro. They're gone. Spiritually, they're dead. So, whenever you try to promote the right type of songs to people, they're not gonna want to switch over, bro. Because they're so caught up in this so-called hard lifestyle that, that's all they know. Anything you tell them is just gonna go out one ear and out the other. So, you know, it's just a cycle at this point, bros. That's why you got people like me making these reactions to open your eyes to what's really going on. Because a lot of people are lost, bro. But comment down below your thoughts and opinions of this video. If you learned anything new from this video, make sure to drop a like down below. Share this video with a friend. And subscribe if you're new, man. And listen, I'll catch you in the next one. And I'm out.